what's worse, NIL or transfer portal, in your opinion?
Oh, man.
Like, what would you get rid of if I had to say a gun to your head? I said, hey, get rid of one of these.
Transfer
You're the
portal.
Commissioner of football, college football.
I would get rid of the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you have a solid year and a half, really. I mean, maybe not now, but you have a pretty good idea for about a year and some change of where you might want to go and what, best fits your lifestyle, your needs, what you want. The coaching staff, the school. I mean, really now the school doesn't matter. I mean, you used to actually go to school to pick the school for the environment you wanted to live in. You pick it. I think you commit to it. You commit to that school, that university. They're giving you $100,000 to go play football and education. And these schools are just getting screwed. I mean, you could still keep the NIL and take care of your boys there. And I agree, these kids should be getting some money. And my system was that these guys would, whatever income they generated would go into a pot. And then when they were 25 years old, they would have access to that money when they're out of college. Well, the problem is now these guys are 25-year-old juniors. So it's kind of throwing my system off. I can't really wrap my head around that whole part. So,
yeah. They just gave the
quarterback
for Oklahoma State a 7th year.
Nice. I played 3 years and about 34 snaps. And went to the NFL after that. It's like Bo Nix. Bo Nix played.
Yeah.
They were talking about all these records you broke. Yeah, a lot of guys would break those records. You played 6 full seasons of college football. Like, it's not that impressive to me.
That's a career. That's a full. That's 7 years.
Right.
That's crazy. You're a grown ass man now.
You kids and wife and the whole deal.
That's wild.
Hey, I don't know what we do, man. It's crazy. I
just think you can't get rid of, like, if you get rid of the ability to just a kid run from any kind of adversity that comes up, you give every single time, these kids are going to do it with there's no, nothing that stops them. They go there and they start playing next week. I mean, during college basketball last year, there was like some guy that played like on a Monday, transferred, and he was playing on Saturday the next week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That makes no sense. Like, there's no loyalty. There's no. I mean, how about let's dig in. It's not all roses all the time. Like, everything's gonna, a little bit of struggle for a kid's gonna be fine. He doesn't have to be the star right away. And eventually, these kids, the cream rises to the top, anyways. You're bouncing all over the country. The NFL guys are gonna find you. So just stay where you're at. If you're good enough, you're gonna play, and it's gonna, at the end of the day, everything's gonna work out.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example, and but it's just my example.
Yeah.
So I went to Oregon State. I was the number 2-3 quarterback in the country coming out, whatever the heck it was. Coach Erickson leaves after my sophomore year, and immediately I got contacted by Florida State, and they were like the main other school that like pretty much recruited me the whole time. And I'm like, screw it, I'm leaving. Like, I'm done. I was going to go to Florida State. That's where I wanted to go in the beginning, anyways. Whatever. And the AD brought me in, sat me down. Was like, hey, just sit down and wait. Think about it. We're going to bring in this guy named Mike Riley. He's a heck of a football coach. I think you're really going to like him, but at least give him a chance, whatever. I mean, I waited 5-6 days, blah, 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 came in, met with Mike, did all this. And then it was the best thing that I ever did. Like, it was a struggle. My junior year, I was going to leave. I was planning on leaving after my junior year, and I throw 25 picks. Like, I got thrown into this brand new system. I had no idea. I was terrible. But for my development and my, career, it was probably the best thing that happened to me. And the fact that I stayed, I probably got more out of that than transferring to Florida State and playing with guys that are 5 times better than the guys I was playing with.
You're saying just take a breath. Take a deep breath and fucking chill out and say, is this really what I want to do? The kids ain't doing that is what you're saying. The kids are just saying, I'm out.
Yeah, as soon as like a little bit of conflict comes up or they don't like what coach tells them, I'm packing my shit and I'm out of here. And it's just a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, emotional decisions is what it sounds like.
Soft.
But the kids are emotional. Kids at 17 to 21 are emotional. They got a lot of female tendencies. Let's be honest, they're emotional. And to be honest, we got single mothers, a lot of them that don't understand the game at all or the recruiting process, and they make a quick judgment because they paid a 7-on-7 coach fucking $10,000 over the last 4 years to coach their kid, which was probably all the wrong coaching. It was a trainer who knows nothing. And you and I talked about it on the golf course, DA, like, fuck, we started a clinic and a camp. We probably make a killing, but at the same time, we don't want to deal with that drama.
No, you don't. I do feel bad for kids, and I understand like coming up and how going through it, and like it's just I had no idea, right? But like now, like I talked to you about it, but like these parents are throwing money at dudes. Like I've had people like line up, like, "Hey, will you coach my kid? Will you coach my kid?" I'm like, "Dude, your kid sucks. I'm not taking your money. Like it's not even." Like, I don't want to. I don't want to. I feel bad taking your money, but then there's people out there that'll take their money for 6 years at a time. This kid doesn't even make it as a backup on JV.
Man, yeah. Just taking advantage, man. Just taking advantage, which is crazy.